Yes, students, I'm Sanju Hazria, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangarh. Today I'm going to explain Robert Browning's poem Rabbi Ben Ezra, and this is long poem, so I'm going to divide this explanatory section in 7 sections. In each section I will explain 5 stanzas, and in last section I will explain 7 stanzas. So as you know, this poem is included in BA Part 2nd by MGS University Bikaner. This is our first stanza, Rabbi Ben Ezra by Robert Browning. Grow old along with me, the best is yet to be. The last of life for which the first was made, our times are in his hand, who saith a whole I plant. Youth shows but half, trust God, see all, nor be afraid. So, I am going to explain this line to line. Grow old along with me. Rabbi Ben Ezra is exhorting a young man to welcome old age. Means when you are growing old, you should enjoy it. So grow old along with me. Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying to young man to welcome old age and feel happy and peaceful like himself because he is very happy with his old age. The best is yet to be. Rabbi regards old age as is the best part of human life. So it is the best part of human life. The last of life means old age, the last period of our existence in this life. So it is the last section of our life for which the first was made. So youth was made so that it may culminate in old age. For which means for the old age, this first means the young age was made. Our times are in his hand. Our times, our life and our future is in his hand. His means for God. His is used for God. Our times means our life, our future. So the various stages of human life are determined by God. Times means here is also the period of our lifetime. Who said means God said or God proclaimed, a whole I planned. God had planned the whole of man's life, including childhood, youth, and old age. Youth shows but half. The period of youth represents only half portion of life. In young age, we can see only half truth. Trust God. We should trust on God. So we should have trust on God. See all nor be afraid. Means have a complete view of life in all its phases. We should view everything in our life nor be afraid. And Rabbi points out to the young man not to be terrified of old age. We should not afraid of old age because old age is best of other ages. I think you understood it. And now we are heading towards the second stanza. Note that amazing flowers youth side which rose make hours which lily leave and then as best recall. Note that admiring stars it end nor Jove nor Mars mine be some figured flame which blends transcends them all. So note that means youth is not satisfied. In young age a person is not satisfied. Note that amassing flowers means collecting. Flowers means happiness of life. Note that youth is not satisfied with any one flower or pleasure of life. Youth side. Youth feel very sorry and despair. And in despair, young person says, Which rose make ours? Which rose make ours means which particular rose or pleasure. Here rose presents happiness or pleasure of life. So which particular rose or pleasure should be enjoyed by youth? To make a proper choice out of a plethora of pleasures is really very difficult for youth. Which lily live and then as best recall? Which lily? Youth is not able to decide, young person is not able to decide and make a choice which pleasure of life should be left out and which should be enjoyed. So in young age a person does not able to decide to which happiness he should live and which happiness he should choose. Note that admiring stars. Note that youth is not satisfied. Admiring stars means high hopes and aspirations. A young person's aspirations or ambitions are very high, so he is not happy, he is not satisfied. Youth seeks to rise higher to stars which are above the level of common earth. It yearned means it represents young age. Youth yearn means aspire. He wishes or means young person wishes nor Jove nor Mars. Nor Jove nor Mars means youth is not satisfied with love or Mars. He considers them as ordinary stars. Mine be means he wants to make everything his own. Some figured flame which blends transcends them all. Some bright and dazzling star which is brighter than Jove or Mars. He wishes that some brighten stars should be his own. Blends means mingles in itself. Transcends means goes beyond. So beyond all other stars like Jove or Mars in dazzling brightness and splendor, he wants to make those stars his own. So this is the great ambition and desire of youth. And now we are heading towards the next stanza. Note for such hopes and fears, annulling youth's brief years, do I remonstrate fully wide the mark? Rather I prize the doubt, low kinds exist without, finished and finite clothes, untroubled by a spark. Note for such hopes. Note for such hopes and fears means Rabbi does not reprimand youth. Rabbi does not want to reprimand or rebuke youth for having such hopes and fears. As youth has high aspirations and idealistic visions of life cherished by young men and women, he does not want to reprimand them. Annulling means wasting youth's brief years. As young age remains for brief years for some short period, so youth's brief years means the short period of youth. Youth does not last for forever. We know this. Annulling years means youth wastes much time in vain efforts leading to no tangible and solid results. Do I remonstrate? Rabbi does not reprimand or attack youth for the idealistic and dreamy pursuits of life. Fully wide the mark. It would be foolish to blame. Rabbi is saying that it is very foolish to reprimand or to blame the youth for pursuing impossible and unattainable ideals. Rather, I prize the doubt. Rather, he wants to appreciate, he wants to value the doubts raised in the mind of youth about the values of earthly life. No kinds exist without, which lower animals does not have such type of doubts. So people belonging to the lower rank of life or minds deficient in intellectual power are without doubts. They do not have any doubts. Finished and finite clothes means incapable of any kind of intellectual development and mental expansion. There is not any mental or intellectual development in lower type of people untroubled by a spark, and they are untroubled, never disturbed by the aspirations of a soul within them. Spark means spiritual and divine animation. So lower kind of people are not disturbed by the spark, by the spiritual and divine animation. They don't know what type of the soul in them. And now we are heading towards the next stanza. Poor want of life indeed were men but formed to feed on joy, to solely seek and find and feast. Such feasting ended then assure an end to men. Irks care the cropful bird, freights doubt the mock-creamed beast. Want, poor want. Want means boast. When we are saying something about life, we are boasting. So we are talking in vain. It is very want. It is boasting. Poor want of life indeed. Life would be a very poor thing to boast of. Life would mean nothing of significance. Life is transitory and it is not so it does not have any significance. Were man but formed to feed on joy. If the only object of human existence was merely to pursue worldly joys and pleasures, so it is full of on joy. Were men but formed to feed on joy? Now he is asking that is a life made for to enjoy for enjoyment, and then the life is full of poor boasting. So if the only object of human existence was merely to pursue worldly joys and pleasures, to solely seek and find and feast. To solely means the only aim. The only aim of the life of human life is not merely to run after bodily pleasures and finding and feasting means gaining and feasting and enjoying. So it is not only one aim of life to find and feast. So the only aim of human life is not merely to run after bodily pleasures and satisfy the cravings of the body. Such feasting ended when the pleasures of life are over. In old age, all pleasures of life are over. We can't enjoy like young people. So such feasting ended. Such feasting when the pleasures of life are over, then assure an end to man. Then assure an end to man. So then man would come to an end as surely and completely as his bodily pleasures. Irks care. Irks care means does care, worry or give any pain. The crowful bird. So man who is no better than bird if he is full of physical pleasures. If a man is living a life only for pleasure, then his life is no better than the bird. Freights doubt the mock-creamed beast. Freights means disturbs. Mock-creamed beast means stomach of birds and beasts of prey. So freights doubt the mock-creamed beast. Then when a person is living a life for enjoyment, his life is like a bird and beast of prey. So they are finding and gaining and then enjoying. So human life would be empty and meaningless if its sole purpose were the gratification of physical desires. If man were created merely to eat and drink and indulge in physical pleasures like the lower animals and had no higher purpose in life, then his life would be futile and fruitless. So we should live life, spiritual life. And now last and fifth stanza of this section. Rejoice, we are elite, to that which doth provide and not partake, effect and not receive. A spark disturbs our cloud, nearer we hold of God, who gives, then of his stripes that take, I must believe. So, rejoice. Let us be happy. We should be very happy. Why? What is the reason of our happiness? Rejoice, we are elite. So, rejoice, we should be very happy. We are human beings. We means we are human beings, are allied, partake of the nature of God. We have some qualities of God, have something in God like nature, to that which doth provide, to which, to means that God, to God, which doth provide, which does provide. God bestows his gifts on all human beings. God gives us so many prizes in our life. Partake means take a share in the gifts. We have some sharing of gifts by God. Effect and not receive. God gives gifts but does not expect any return for his gifts. God gives us so many happinesses and God gives us so many prizes, but He does not expect receiving anything from us. A spark disturbs our cloud. A spark means a spiritual light, divine element, disturb. It disturbs our cloud. Cloud means body. Nearer we hold of God, we are very near to God. Human beings are very closer to, we are very nearer to God, we are closest to God from than any other animals. Who gives? Who gives means God gives. Then of his tribes that take, I must believe. And he gives then other tribes. So Rabbi believes that man is nearer to God than beasts. So man should rejoice that he is allied to God, that he is akin to him, who provides for others, not to those lower creatures, who merely passively receive the favors of God. So he is also a doer and creator. Human being is also a doer and creator like God. Though he is of the earth like the lower animals, yet he has the divine within him. The stirrings of doubts and fears in his soul are the divine elements in him. I think you understood this poem. And in my next video, I will explain next 5 stanzas. So, thanks for watching.